we just came up with this QR code deal the other day. I don't know if you guys knew about it or not, but it's something we put in, and people are going to hit his QR code forever. They're going to give him an opportunity, and people can be at a bar in London or New York City or LA or Tokyo and having a watch party and get fired up, and they can go online to our social media and they can bang money to him through the QR code or to our team. So
hey, enjoy a beer tonight on me. Yeah. Enjoy a beer tonight on me, Ollie, for the
You know what it is, Pat? Instead of getting fired up, the guy makes a big play. Instead of a round on everybody for me, it's okay, no, pull up and send some money in the QR code.
Yeah, bingo. And we did this for the Notre Dame lacrosse team last offseason. They win a national championship. Then they go over to Ireland? No, England.
Europe. They did a
Europe tour, and they took a picture, and they're like, we're accepting beers or whatever at this Venmo, and it was like, send them some beers. Because if somebody sees somebody, they normally would like to help them. For Ollie Gordon, I think he's going to be dancing into pain a lot this year. That's a brilliant strategy there. Mm-hmm. Hey, I think that's smart what you guys did for him. I think he's going to benefit from it. Also, thank you for going to bat for him. Yeah. That's a whole nother thing. You go to bat for your players. I think that is a trend that you have certainly showcased, and it is very much noticed. You need to know that from people like me and other players, I think.
And they deserve it. One thing that we talk about, I guess maybe I talk about to the team, is that in order to be a good college football player, you have to totally give your body up. In our sport, you have to be willing to say, I'm going to give up my body to play a game. For success, I have to be willing to play with pain all the time and continuously run into people over and over and have total disregard for your body. And players that are willing to do that need to be supported by the fans.
Yeah, and you going to bat for those types of players is a cool thing, which is why you've been able to coach at the same place forever. I think your messaging was hilarious. Shit, 2 beers? I mean, fuck. Come on. What are we even talking about here? That was a hilarious way to phrase it. We got a good pop on. Nobody should be in 2024. We all agree. But just you saying, like, me being a human who is flawed as well, viewing another person who does everything right other than this particular situation. What do you want from me? I think it was a cool thing. You stick up for your players. You're awesome. Connor has a question for you.
Yeah, Coach, good to hear that the mullet will be back because, that mug sitting behind you, Big Daddy, you are kind of the Big Daddy of the mullet community, if you will. But on those QR codes, how did that kind of come up? How did that become a great idea, of course, but how did it kind of become implemented? And will you also have a QR code on your visor so that when you call a beautiful touchdown to a player that I have in one of my parlays, I can say, damn it, Gundy did it again. Let me send him some money for that vacation house that you were talking about, possibly in Myrtle Beach.
Oh, Myrtle House?
Huh?
Now, that is a great idea for a QR code on a visor. I hadn't thought of that, but to be honest with you, since we're on the Pat McAfee Show, and we're not just giving normal coaches talk, which I never give normal coaches talk anyway. That's why I stay in trouble so much. But the point being is, we were sitting around in my office with my assistant, Danielle, and our director of business finance, Kenyatta Wright, used to play in the NFL, and now we've hired to be our director of business and finance. And I thought to them, how can we get people across the country to be able to give NIL money for our players and set up them being able to orchestrate things to make the NIL money? If I'm in Los Angeles or London or Tokyo or New York City and I want to give, how can I do it? And we came up with a plan. We said, why don't we have QR codes set up?
Smart.
Because that way they can do it instantly. And, it's almost, I guess, I kind of thought about a GoFundMe. You see people that are in need and they set up a GoFundMe, and the people in this country come together and they help them. And all of a sudden, if they've had a terrible incident, they have an opportunity to get out of it. So I thought, why don't we set this up for NIL and give the Oklahoma State people a chance that when they're sitting there and they see a player make a great play, they're going to pull that up on social media and bang that money. And so we started working on it about 3 months ago, got social media people, got Chris Deal in our media relations, and he helped us. And we've got it set up. It's going to be in all the bars in town and restaurants. It'll be on the tabletops on game day.
Wow. It's wonderful.
Smart.
That is a very smart
Get the
move.
visor one.
And some of those GoFundMe's not legit. Hopefully those get sorted going forward, because this being actually set up through that. And on the website we see you can credit a team member too. Down at the bottom means you can send it directly to the person. I mean, and hopefully that money gets shared with big boys too. I don't know I don't know how many offensive linemen QR codes are going to get banged any money, but hopefully the team will certainly share it. This is brilliant. This is brilliant, Coach.